Hi, my name is Jonathan Deane. I'm a research investigator at Novartis in San Diego, and I decided to become an immunologist because I was always interested in why people got sick. And when I learned about immunology, it was just the most exciting way to understand disease and illness in terms of the body's attempt to clear that disease. I became an investigator at a younger age because I became a father at a younger age. I had my first son on my 22nd birthday, and when I was in graduate school and when I was a postdoc, a lot of my friends would go to a lot of parties, and basically I had those kids at home, and I just had this passion to just work as hard as possible. And so I think that people who start off younger at times might be in that position of saying, this is a sink or swim place. That plus I was just extremely lucky. When I started my postdoc, I was there for under 2 weeks, and the story we were developing was something that we knew was going to get into science. So I have to attribute a lot of the quickness of my graduate work and postdoc to just some dumb luck in a sense. My first AAI meeting was in Washington, D.C., and it was one of my first times visiting D.C. It was an amazing experience. I was overwhelmed by all the different talks and posters and presentations, but at the same time, it was the place where I was able to find a postdoc fellowship that really landed me in my career in autoimmunity. And without going to that AAI, I would not have met those people. The person who had the greatest influence in my career was definitely my Ph.D. mentor, David Fruman, who would go to AAI meetings, and he just really showed me that science is a lot of fun. So we used to have in the lab a nice sign that said, science sucks, and then it doesn't. And in the middle of grad school or even later, I would always remember, a lot of times science sucks, but then when it works, it's so exciting and awesome. Science has changed since I was a trainee, mainly through people becoming more open-minded. I think people are very open to different approaches to science and different ways to be a scientist outside of just being a tenure-track scientist. So as an industry investigator, my lab is something that I would have never thought I could do, but people are becoming more open-minded, and now you see a lot more interaction between industry and academia and openness to going beyond just this one cookie-cutter job. My best achievement as a scientist has been to be able to train other scientists and to see someone give a talk about the work that they're doing. And it just put me back full circle to when I was a graduate student and seeing someone who is now blossoming because of mentorship that I was able to give in the same way that I was able to receive that mentorship. If I couldn't be a scientist and I had to choose another profession, I would be a teacher. I'd want to help other people become a scientist, but for me, getting people close to science and knowledge is just the most exciting thing I could do. The advice I would give to young scientists seeking a career would be, just be really open-minded and explore whatever is actually making you passionate and not what is the best impact factor journal. Just go for what is the science that really makes you able to, dream about doing more experiments.